gorgeous shade cloth. You pull on the thing and it comes out. So my husband works home remodel, and because of that, most of the tools that are super useful are not here during the day, so it makes getting ahead on certain tasks a little bit difficult. But in the springtime, we battle a little bit with the wind and like the perfect time to get the greenhouse shade cloth on. And right now it is May 1st and it is 101 degrees in the greenhouse, and I do have a lot of heat tolerant plants in there, but that's still kind of a lot, and so I would like to get the shade cloth on pretty quickly, but before my husband gets home and can help me with the tools. There are a couple things that we can do to help get ready so we can expedite this process. Hello, loves. I do not have cookies. I am sorry. I have been bringing you lots of cookies, and I have taught you guys a bad thing. It's not nice to jump. It's a hot one today, huh, girls? Yeah. Oh, of course. Winnie. Winnie, come here. Calm down. No, she's still not used to only getting one bottle a day. That's all I am to her, is bring her a food. She doesn't love me back, I promise. So there's a couple things in life that I am scared of, genuinely. Tornadoes is one of them, and wasps is another. Now, with tornadoes, I have been able to become less afraid because I've started to learn a little bit on how to read radar and that kind of thing. So knowledge is power, and I've been able to kind of chill out a little bit on that front. And I understand why wasps exist. I have actively seen them in the garden taking off like cabbage loopers off of plants and things, but I still don't like them. And you may have noticed, especially if you've been following the channel for any length of time, is I'm kind of a messy person. I leave things around, and that just makes more places for wasps to hang out and build their nests. So here's where I have stored this shade cloth from, you know, since last year. And I've got to take it out of there. See that? See that wasp? Oh, see, I just knew they were in there. I could wait for my husband to get home. I could. And he would take care of this for me. But I'm trying to be a big girl. I'd really like to not spray any like poisons or pesticides in the greenhouse. So if I can get that out the door, I'll feel a lot better about spraying it. I think there's an entire ant colony in it too. This was a bad choice of storage. Last year, I put it inside a box inside my shed. Should have done that this year. It's like they had a whole ant colony in there without soil. Bizarre. I didn't know that was possible. At the end of the gardening season, I'm usually pretty tired. I'm usually pretty whooped. There's usually a lot of things that I still have to do as far as food preservation goes, and I get to focusing on that. So I do kind of cut myself short on some tasks in the late season, and I end up regretting it in the springtime. This is one of those times because this is a busy season as well, and playing catch up from the things I was lazy about in fall time isn't exactly fun right now. I'm just putting down some diatomaceous earth on the shade cloth. This thing is absolutely covered with ants, and it's not like it's really gonna, like, they'll come off when we throw it on top of the greenhouse, but it might be kind of a pain to touch and deal with all kinds of ants. I have no idea if these ants bite or not, and this will help take care of them pretty quickly. It also helps because it's allowing me to see the wind direction, and that matters when you're dealing with a big cloth like this. So I know that our winds right now, even though they're not bad, are moving from the west to the east, so that's the direction we're gonna throw the shade cloth over. So there are a bunch of screws on the side, both sides of the greenhouse. And these grommets on the long side of the shade cloth, they are spaced. I think I had them spaced at about every 12 inches, but the grommets themselves don't start at the same point on both sides, and so it only will fit with the holes that we already have drilled a specific way. So figuring that out is half the battle every year, and that's what I'm trying to take care of before my husband gets home. I have already gotten my first bee sting of the year, so it's not a huge deal. I will be kind of behind my honeybees over here trying to lay this out, but it's a nice sunny day. There's a lot of clover out, so they shouldn't care about me. I think I got the north side and south side mixed up, so I've got to flip it around. Yeah.
My toenail's off.
Okay.
My pinky toenail, that part that cracked.
Yeah, that's okay.
I wasn't talking to you.
Oops.
Missed.
That's why we have our practice run. It's better in here already. So the shade cloth is on the greenhouse and it looks beautiful, and it's already making a massive difference to that like atmosphere inside there. But it is May now, and that's actually breeding season for us. We like to have our goats give birth twice a year, once in the spring, which is kind of the normal time, and then once in the fall, because I like to have fresh milk all the time. A lot of times people will dry off their goats in the last 2 months of their pregnancy in the fall, and so there's like a 2-month dry period, and that's not my favorite thing, especially when around the holidays we have hot cocoa, we have eggnog, we're making cheese and things for different events, and I like to have fresh milk for all of that, as well as having it just for the fresh applications, fresh milk. So I actually only have 2 girls that I'm going to be breeding to kid in the fall, and they need to be introduced to their boyfriends today. Don't touch it, ma'am. I know. Yeah, she's got a lot of moon spots, huh? Stormy is flagging her tail a little bit. I don't think she's in heat. Nefarious is a lot more interested in the browse, but that's okay. When she comes into heat, he'll know it, and he'll get the job done. It was kind of an ordeal to haul both of those goats over there. When goats are not leash trained or collar trained, it's kind of a pain in the butt to move them around. But Margie, she loves to go see her boyfriend, so she's gonna walk with us. You still only get 1 bottle a day. That is it. Are you ready for your turn, Marge? You've been waiting so long. She knows. I've had Margie on an extended lactation just so I could get her on a fall kidding rotation. Come on, your boy's back here. Let's go see him. Are we good and stuck over there? Okay, she got out. If that happens again, just shut the fence off, okay? Not these boys. Those ones too young. Come on. Who's this? It does not appear that Margie is in heat yet either. And I've thought about putting some of my other mini La Manchas that I did not breed this past fall in here during the summer. The jury is still out whether or not my mini La Manchas cycle year round like a Nigerian dwarf, or if they're going to be cycling seasonally like a La Mancha. All the mini La Manchas that I have right now, take that back, most of them are 50% Nigerian dwarf and 50% La Mancha, so it could go either way. I do have one mini La Mancha, Tori, she's over 70% Nigerian dwarf. She could be cycling year round. I haven't noticed anything obvious, but she's too small to breed right now, so we'll think about her in the fall. But I am considering grabbing Fury, which is one of Elpas's triplets. She's the larger of the bunch, and sticking her in there too. We might do that just to see. Let's go see Farrell. Come on, let's go see Farrell. Well, she's certainly walking better than Stormy did. Oh, Fury, come on. Margie's trying to escape. You've wanted a boyfriend for so long. There we go. Nope, you gotta stay here, baby. I'm sorry. Oh, she is in heat. Look at her tail go. Oh, well, that's exciting. Fury. I had no idea. Wow. Go see your girl. I'll stand back here. You go see your girl. This pasture and the little house over there can really only accommodate 3 goats, and we are gonna have some pretty rainy, crappy weather coming up, and so I wanna keep that in mind. It's very tempting to go ahead and get another mini La Mancha and one of Fury's sisters for Farrell, and I can and probably will still do that. I'm just gonna wait a little while. I'm pretty sure she's in heat. Go get her. You're such a bottle baby. Go get your girl. What's awesome is I can see this pasture from my kitchen window and make sure that I'm seeing what I think I'm seeing. There may be a few questions about why I decided to put Margie in with Farrell. Farrell is 70% La Mancha and 30% Nigerian, and Margie is a mini something. She's unregistered. She came to me from a friend. My friend rescued her. She weighs about 100 pounds, and she does have some Nigerian in her, but she's got some kind of Alpine as well. She looks like an Oberhashley. And so in speaking with a few people who breed minis, there's several people who think that she's a mini Oberhashley. We just don't know for sure. What I do know is that she weighs over that 80-pound minimum that I like to breed my mini La Manchas, and so I'm fully comfortable with this pairing. As far as paperwork goes, Margie being unregistered and Farrell being registered, their offspring will be grade level mini La Manchas. I'm really, really excited about that. Margie's udder needs a lot of work. She's got what's called a swing udder. It's really low, it's not very tight to her body, and because of that it's lacking in certain attachments and things. Farrell is a Starby buck and his mom has a beautiful udder, so we're really excited to make improvements on Margie's line inside the mini La Mancha program. Well, I guess I'll leave you to it, huh? I guess so. Sometimes after the boys have had a successful encounter, they need to wait a little while before they can go for a round 2. So I'll keep my eye on her and I'll keep you guys updated. But I think we're gonna be having one of our mini La Manchas freshen in the fall, which makes me extremely excited. Gorgeous shade cloth, doing its job quite well. And I did just order 2 flow fans for the greenhouse as well. We do have this exhaust fan here, but it doesn't move enough air. And a lot of times when the sun isn't out, like right now, it doesn't move because it's only solar powered. There's no like battery backup to it. We probably at this point could hook it up to the electricity, but there's probably no need at this point. The flow fans will be here soon, and then it should be like an oasis. It should be a retreat to come in the greenhouse in the summer instead of super oppressive. Did she get stuck again?
No, but she's been shocked 4 times since you said shut it off if she does that again.
Oh gosh, poor baby. Yeah, it looks like our fence is sagging already. Hard to place this. There we go. You guys are gonna make such beautiful children. Yes, you are. Stormy here is a spring kid out of 2023. She was a triplet and she was just too small to breed this fall. She's a really good size right now. She's got really awesome condition and I'm very excited to use her for the fall time. She's less excited right now, but she'll get there. I happen to know what her line is lacking is like udder height. Kind of the same thing that Margie lacks, but Margie's is definitely worse. And that's why we brought Nefarious on. Nefarious is an udder buck from Blue Cactus, and he can only throw good things.